Hi guys! Last week I watched Sanne from Books and Quills video Confessions of a Rereader, which I thought was a great idea for a video. Basically she just went through a pile of books that she has loved to reread and has read multiple times throughout her life, and then went on to list a few books that she plans to reread in the future. Now, much as though I love reading, we all know that my main thing is film and television, particularly television, and I am a massive rewatcher. I rewatch my favourite shows and films constantly, which is why I have such a long list of programmes to get through in my life, the shows that I want to watch that I haven't seen yet, because I consistently go back and rewatch things that I've seen before. Mainly because I really enjoy picking up on things that I didn't notice before, or reminding myself of storylines and characters that mean a lot to me for whatever reason, and so I thought that this would be a fun video for me to do. I have a shockingly huge pile of DVDs sitting next to me right now. I'm looking at them and I don't know how I'm going to get through all of these. So unlike what I usually do where I sit and talk properly about these things, I'm just going to fire through these as quickly as I possibly can. First, I'm going to go through some of my most rewatched TV shows throughout my life. First up, we have an old favourite, something that I have rewatched several times throughout my life, and this is season 1, first season of Gossip Girl. Now, I just love this as a piece of complete escapism. I just love it. I love the characterisation, I love the setting in New York, I love the clothes, I love the actors, I love everything about this. It's great. Moving on, we have my go-to television show whenever I'm feeling a little bit lost or a little bit down. That is Being Erica. This is season 1, but I have watched all 4 seasons of this multiple times. I love the character of Erica. She may well be my kind of spirit animal in terms of television characters. Following that, we have another kick-ass female character who's one of my favourites of all time. This is Veronica Mars. This again is season 1. This is one of my favourite shows of all time. The writing on this is incredible. Kristen Bell is one of my favourite actresses, hands down, and there is nothing to dislike about this show. This time it's actually not season 1 of a show, but one of my other all-time favourites. This is season 4 of Gilmore Girls. This is probably my favourite season of the show. I love how things are starting to kind of pan out for some of the characters. I'm not going to say exactly what I'm referring to in case you haven't seen it, but in terms of some of the romantic storylines and the friendships in the show, I really like the point that they're at in season 4, and it's just when Rory's gone off to college, and so I think that it's a sort of a pivotal and really interesting season of the show. Again, fantastic writing, fantastic characterisation, amazing actors. Love, love, love this. Next, we're moving into the comedy sort of genre, and this is season 1 of Arrested Development. This is one of my favourite seasons of any television show ever. It is just absolutely fantastic. Meeting the Bluth family for the first time is an experience that you will never forget. It sounds ridiculous, but it really is. This is one that if I'm just having a bit of a sort of a moment where I'm feeling a bit rubbish and I want to watch just a really quick episode of something, I'll pick this up because it's always guaranteed to make me laugh. Moving to slightly older television, we have Fawlty Towers. This is the complete collection, and I don't know how many times I have watched this throughout my life because I watched it a lot when I was younger, when it was on, you know, the reruns were on TV, and then a few years ago I picked up this box set. And Fawlty Towers is one of the very few shows that I genuinely don't think will ever stop being funny. There are a lot of programmes that are funny in the time that they're made because their jokes are based on sort of current issues. This, I just think, is one of the ones that just doesn't date. It will never stop being funny, it'll never lose its edge, and John Cleese is just hilarious. Skipping to much more recent and very different genre of television, this is New Girl season 1. I can tell you hands down the episode of this that I have watched the most times. It is episode 12, it's called The Landlord. It is hysterical. If you haven't seen it, watch it. In a similar vein, we have Friends. This is season 5, I think, yeah, this is season 5. And I honestly don't know how many times I've seen Friends. I really don't, because when it was on E4, we watched it every single day with dinner. It got to be 6 o'clock, so it was time for Friends. You'd put on E4, you'd sit and just watch whatever episode was on. You could tune in at any point and it was still just as fresh and funny and relevant and amazing as ever. And I genuinely don't think there will ever be anything quite like this ever again. Now for my favourite show of all time, potentially, I find it very difficult to say a definitive one show, but this is season 6 of Lost. I know I'm hugging a box set, it's not okay. But this is the final season, and in actual fact I think I've only seen this season twice, but I've watched the final episode a lot because I think it's incredible. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I know a few people, or a lot of people, were disappointed with the final episode and how it all panned out. I just thought it was incredible. The characterisation on this show is beyond belief. It is just stupendous. The characters are so well developed, the intricate relationships between them are just so fascinating to watch unfold, and I could watch this anytime. Now for the show that made me love TV as much as I do and made me decide to go to uni to study film and television. This is season 1 of 24. 24 is an incredible TV show. The format of this is just unlike anything else that I've ever experienced, and watching this for the first time, and I have to thank my brother for it because he convinced me to start watching it, and I've seen season 1 I would say maybe 3 or 4 times now, and it just never stops being amazing. Finally, for most rewatched television shows, this is my, it's falling apart. This is my complete Black Books box set. That's really hard to say, Black Books box set. This is just one of my beloved shows. All 3 of the characters in this show, Bernard, Fran and Manny, are just 3 of my favourite characters because they're all just so ridiculous. It's on Netflix, so go and check it out. And the final pile is television shows that I am planning to rewatch at some point soon. So first we have season 4 of The Vampire Diaries. I love The Vampire Diaries, I'm completely addicted to it. I think that it's such a clever, amazing show. I've done a video on The Vampire Diaries before, which I'm going to link here for you to go and check out if you want to watch it, because if you haven't watched it and you're writing it off as another Twilight type thing, don't, because it's so clever and gripping and intense, it's amazing. But I've only seen season 4 once, and I haven't actually watched season 5 yet. It's on to season 6 in America already, but my season 5 DVD box set should be arriving any day now, and I'm going to sort of sit and devour that probably in a stupidly short space of time. But I really do want to watch season 4 again because I've seen the first 3 seasons a couple of times, and I've only seen this one once, and it was excellent, so I really do want to rewatch that. I'm sorry for the lighting, guys. The storm outside's going a little bit crazy. We're getting the end of the hurricane apparently today, so the wind is just going insane and the sun keeps coming in and out of the clouds because the sky's a really odd colour. It's just very strange. Not the best time to pick to film a video, but this is the only time that I've got, so had to do it. Next we have one that was mentioned earlier on in terms of television shows that I've watched a lot, but this is season 7 of 24. I've only watched this once. I've seen seasons 1 to 6 at least twice. I think I've seen seasons 1, 2 and 3 probably about 4 times, but I've seen seasons 1 through 6 twice at least, and I have not seen 7 or 8 more than once, and I really do want to rewatch them. I don't know why, because 24 Live Another Day, the series that they did this year, was one of the most traumatising things that I have ever watched in my life, and if you're a 24 fan and you would like to discuss this with me, feel free to tweet me or comment below, because that was a distressing time. I cry a lot at TV shows, but that took the biscuit. But this is season 7, and since I've only seen it once, I really would like to rewatch it because I'm going to be perfectly honest, don't remember a massive amount about what happens in this season, or season 8 really, so I would like to rewatch these. Similarly, this is season 3 of Arrested Development, which I've only watched maybe 1.5 times. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really like it all that much. I felt like seasons 1 and 2 were so good, and I just felt like this totally dipped, and I just didn't enjoy it as much, so that's why I've only watched it like once all the way through. But I really do need to watch it again, so I will sit down with it at some point soon and make my way through it and see if I feel any better about it. Back to British television, because there's not a lot of that in this pile. I'm much more of an American TV version. But this is season 1 of Misfits, which I've only seen all the way through once, and it's incredible. It's so good. And it's sort of, I feel like it kind of lost its way after seasons 1 and 2. I thought seasons 1 and 2 were fantastic, and then after that, maybe not quite so good, but season 1 was just incredible, and I don't know why I haven't watched it again, because I wrote a blog post on it, I think, actually saying how phenomenal it was, and then I think I just got too busy watching other things, so we'll go back to this at some point because it deserves to be watched again. And last but not least, I'm hugging a box set again. It's not healthy. But this is going to be one of my most rewatched things, I'm sure, but I haven't rewatched it yet because I'm too busy with the new episodes. But this is my seasons 1 and 2 Once Upon a Time box set. This show it's just blowing my mind at the moment, and there are many reasons, this person being one, why I love this show quite as much as I do, but it's just so good. It's created by the same guys who worked on Lost, so obviously that's going to make me love it, but I love the Lost references, I love the fairy tale sort of type genre because that's my thing, I love fairy tale stuff. Love Jennifer Morrison, love the entire cast, I think they're all fantastic. Lana Parrilla is amazing as the Evil Queen, Colin O'Donoghue as Captain Hook is just wonderful, Robert Carlyle as Rumpelstiltskin just steals every scene that he's in. It is amazing, and so far I have only seen seasons 1 and 2 once each, and season 3 once, and now I'm watching season 4 because it's just started in America, and It's just amazing, but throughout time I will definitely rewatch this a lot. So that's it for my most rewatched video. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this because I've just realised it's going to be incredibly long. I had so much fun filming this. I really enjoyed this because this type of video is absolutely up my street because I love stuff to do with filming TV and I love talking about it, and so this was really enjoyable for me to film. So I hope if you watched this that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy any of these shows or what shows you like to rewatch, because I always like to hear what other people like to watch and get some recommendations. And I will leave it there and I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Again, I think this is one that will be on a lot of people's rewatched lists, but Mean Girls. Tina Fey, Rachel McAdams, everything about this film is just insanely good.